Welcome to Warren 2009 Fantasy Football, the show.
I feel like we let each other down this year, and
I've
I
got.
could have saved you, man.
It's okay, Luke. It's not your fault, man. It's not your fault.
I just could have saved.
I blame the likes of Darren Waller. I blame the likes
Oh,
of Josh Allen. Um,
yeah.
that's just how it is. This is fantasy football. This
This
is
is pandemic football.
I mean, this is how any game is. There's always got to be a winner. There's always going to be a loser. And hey, I'm joining you, Lou. Lou, how you doing?
Ah.
Yeah, that's about it. That's
What week is it? This is fantasy football's over, right? Like no one lost or won.
no, not at all. We're good. Yep,
Okay.
COVID took over. There's no more NFL. That's it. Call it a wash.
Oh, that'd be great.
Guys, we are.
That'd be funny for all the people that made the playoffs.
That would be especially hilarious because Dale's running away with that
Yeah,
money
he kept it the whole year.
the whole year. He broke his single season record, only losing one game.
I mean, hats off. I'm not going to take my hat off, but hats off.
Impressive, extremely impressive.
Snaps for Dale, pats on the back, double Dutch rudders, anything you need, buddy.
Whatever it is, it's yours because you were king of the league this season. You got nothing else. As we all know, I ended up missing the playoffs. I am now with you guys. You four down at the bottom, you three down there at the bottom with me. Me, Eric, Danny, and yourself, Lou. We are in contention for the Sacco. Matt turned his season around from last year. He got himself a bye week. Well done, man. There's a couple of surprises that happened this year. Lijak, you've worked your way up to third place. Holy hell. Nicely done.
Well done, man.
I mean, Lou and I we've had the energy taken out of us for being in the Sacco here. So excuse us this week. But we do have several guests coming on to help us out. Anyways.
My team is looking like really good this week.
Week 14 is Louis' week.
I just got James Conner back. Everyone's like healthy. Austin Eckler's back.
Yep.
But I've been here. I think this is 4 years in a row now. This is so weird.
This is how it is. I mean, I remember when I first started, I was in the actual Sacco Bowl for 3 or 4 years running. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, we're back. Lou, me and you. I got a bold prediction. I got a very, very bold prediction for the postseason. We're gonna call it the quarter pounder with cheese, just a little bit more. Lou, I expect you and me to end up in the Sacco.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it, man.
That's just how
May the best host, worst host lose.
Exactly. At this point, I was seeing the trends. It just seems like that might be the case. And of course, to complete the quarter pounder with cheese, I'll go to the other side here and say that it's going to be Matt and Dale. I think it's going to be Matt and Dale.
Wow, so you think it's going to be top two, bottom two?
I think it's going to be top two. It's going to be bottom two there. Yeah, I think this is how it's going to be.
Man, that's tough to say. I think the top six, all of those teams have shown that they can post a score.
Yeah.
Man, Matt's Dirty Laundry and the original Scott.
That's gonna be a good one.
That'll be interesting.
It will be.
Wow.
It'll be interesting. But anyways,
good stuff. This is good stuff.
I mean, we don't exactly need it. We've been talking about it here already for like 5 minutes. But do you want to give us the Week 13 recap just so we have that?
Oh, one last time. Let's do this. Week 13. Oh my goodness, the original Scott. New name change. This late.
Yeah.
Interesting. Kick my ass. 140 over 74. Gaskin for a friend, maintaining that bye week. 115 over Kickenbuckers 98. More bench points, putting up more points, more bench points. 139 over Robinson's and Co. 95, going into a playoff game. Well, maybe he got it out of the way. Then receiversonly.com. Man, you guys should have shook hands, taking you down 96. And then Matt's Dirty Laundry losing to I'm Me again, who's on a bit of a heater. That was a close one. 114, 113. Well done.
Yeah, very nicely done. Guys who made it into the playoffs, congratulations. Again, those of us at the bottom. Gentlemen suck my dick.
We got the explicit tag. Don't worry.
Don't you worry. Also, let's go ahead and give a nice little Pick'ems recap. Louis.
Oh, man. Wait, we differed.
We differed on 3 different games last week. We were tied, too. We differed on 3 different games.
Oh, man, this is going to go well for me. Okay.
So I don't
even know who I picked.
I ended up getting... We differed on 3 games. Here, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I got 2 of those games correct.
Oh, no. Okay.
You ended up getting 5 of those games correct.
Oh, can you hear that? Can you feel it, man?
You are up by 3. You just smoked me in the last week of the regular season. Now I got to play my cards.
Oh, man, maybe it's a foreshadow.
I gotta play my cards very carefully moving forward.
Yes, it is all the way through to the end.
It's all the way through to the end. Anything could happen. We only have 2 games this week, but I can get both of those right if I differ. That's if I want.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
maybe I'll have to go first, or you can decide if you're really keen on one.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
But we'll have I'll have you pick a game first, and then I'll pick the second game first.
Okay.
Make it a little bit fair here. But, he's been gone for a couple of weeks. He's been very busy. The man's making moves in his own life. But he is back this week to give us, because, we may be in the playoffs, but football hasn't stopped. Vegas doesn't sleep. If you guys are betting people, we got Mr. Dale's Dirty Picks joining us over here.
What's going on, boys?
$5 Holler Dale. What's going on, brother?
Oh, not too much. Just sitting there with a nice little dozen wins on the season.
Whoa.
Yes, well done, man. Almost a Baker's, but I'll take a carton.
Yeah, for sure. If it would have been a Baker's, Baker would have been my starting quarterback this week.
Oh, that's a power move.
This week only.
This week only. Yeah, that's a power move. That's a bye, baby.
And I'll be the first to admit, Tier 4
lie.
no more with Lyjack making the playoffs.
Tier 4 no more. Yeah. Way to doom me, man. You put me on such a pedestal.
You and Danny, I put you guys up there with Heiser. Heiser was the only one that could pull through, and he almost didn't.
He almost didn't, yeah. Yeah, that was all very close there. Yeah, Lyjack, hot damn.
He picked the right guys.
Yeah.
Every week. Because his team was something different each week.
Yep. I'd question it every time I see his lineups, and somehow it panned out for him.
Just
every
loaded.
week. Man.
Such a wild card.
It's truly wild card. It blew us away week in and week out. Holy hell. I mean, That's football for you. That's fantasy football.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Just like that, it's just like betting football too. Who would have thought the Colts would have lost to the Browns last week? Not this guy, and it cost me a good amount.
Oh, you were high. That was more than a $7 bet, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yes, that was I put 30 on the Colts to cover, and then I did a three-way teaser.
Okay.
So that's where you get like plus 7 points each way. So like the Colts were actually plus 4, and the Browns were like plus 17. I took the Colts plus 4 because I said if they lose, it'll be a field goal or less. That one cost me 50.
They got spanked. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that was bad.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of my 3 weekends have gone downhill this year.
I
Well,
mean,
not with us, man. You've been
Yeah, I've been very cold on the NFL. College is worse.
You've been just
college is
climbing.
different there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you killed it. I mean, we were talking about it last week. You killed it just in the draft alone, like in our league. Not
Yeah,
not
you picked the
necessarily.
right guys, man.
You did
They
it
like
all.
all panned out. They
Yeah.
all panned out.
Nicely done.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been tough trying to determine who to play each week.
You made the right trade at the right moments. Like hot damn. Nice. Yeah. 12-1. I mean, next year or the next 5 years, you got to go 13-0 and just continue this domination.
Yeah, this is year 5 or 6 in the league.
Yeah.
Or year 5 or 6 for me in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I went
Yeah.
11-2 that year and won the championship. If this is 12-1 and win a championship, then
Space
Right.
it out. Yeah.
bro,
That's-
just pencil in a 13-0.
There you go. That's where the Baker's doesn't got to come in there, man.
Yeah, I don't know if Baker will still be in the league in 5 or 6 years, though.
Probably not. Probably not. I'm guessing at this rate, no.
Yeah,
Maybe like Jets or something.
Eh.
Trevor Lawrence.
yep. Trevor
Doesn't pan
Lawrence.
out.
Well, my friend, thanks for joining us again. I know we've had some scheduling conflicts the
Yes,
past
sir.
couple of weeks, but you want to give us, like I was saying, we're in the playoffs here and only have a couple matchups, but the NFL has not stopped. So this,
No, not yet. Glad we got 3 more weeks.
yeah,
Packers need 1 more win, and I win $100. So I think we're sitting pretty good on that bet.
I'd say so.
Thursday night, Patriots Rams, a little Super Bowl rematch from 2017, 2018.
Mhm.
One team looks very similar, one team looks very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Noodle Arm Newton, another guy that's played in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Over under on this game is 45. Rams are favored by 5.5 at home. I mean, I like the Rams from first blush.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
6. So I mean, the Patriots are getting a little love, but I don't see them scoring on that Rams D.
No, not a chance. No, Noodle Arm, he's way too noodly. I don't trust it.
Yes, he is.
Maybe Damian Harris might do something, but
I don't think against that Rams defense.
Yeah, that front seven's solid.
yeah.
They've been killing it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would
no,
go-
Rams, yeah. I like them.
Yeah, I would go Rams definitely. Whatever it is.
Yeah. I think we got the easiest game of the week.
Mhm.
Texans Bears in Chicago. I mean, this Bears team has quit.
Yeah.
And that might be an understatement. Blowing a 10-point lead to the Lions with 4 minutes left or whatever it was. That's bad. I can get the Texans -1 right now.
Fair.
And the over-under is at 45, so that might be a in-game parlay to bet both Texans to win and take the under.
Yeah, I would take the under on that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a fun game.
It's not gonna be a fun game. The Texans are beat up, but they'll still somehow find a way to beat us. And
No
we
Will
won't-
Fuller.
No Will Fuller. Brandon Cooks is like questionable, but they'll still find a way.
Yeah, when there's a will, there's a way, and there was a Will Fuller.
Yeah, so no more Will.
Yeah.
No more
So
way.
who knows? Maybe that means the Bears will win.
Maybe. I like the -1 though. Is like basically saying it could go either way, but I think you're right. Houston's gonna win this one here.
Yeah. And if it was played in Houston, they'd be favorites. So that kind of tells you all you need to know with this game.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. You got Cowboys at Bengals. Talk about an ugly game.
Oh God. What's the over under on that?
43.
I mean, Cowboys got to win that one, right?
You would think they're 3.5 point favorites, so Vegas really thinks it. The action on this one has stayed consistent. No line moves.
Okay. Oh man, that is going to be an ugly game.
Going to be an ugly one, but I don't know. I think the money line's tempting with the Bengals that they'll just win outright because it's
Who's the
+169.
quarterback in Cincinnati?
Ooh, let's see.
Isn't that like Brandon Allen?
It is.
Who's their backup?
Yeah, Brandon Allen.
Andy Dalton revenge game, man.
It is. That's where I think Zeke finally has somewhat of a game this year, or at least you would hope.
You
Coming
would
back
hope.
to Ohio,
Yeah.
you got Amari Cooper who's still putting up yards, not necessarily the touchdowns. I just
Right.
think that's a little bit too much offensive firepower. And granted, the Bengals are going to be good in 2 or 3 years with what they've built,
Yeah.
but they need Burrow back healthy and a little bit
Yeah.
better offensive line.
Yeah. They really do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that should be a good game, though.
I think Cowboys is a safe bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a safe one here.
The surprising line of the week for me, and I may be missing something COVID wise, but the Cardinals are only 2 point favorites against the Giants.
Giants are in first place, though, right?
Giants are in first, but I'm pretty sure I thought I heard that Daniel Jones was hurt. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Jones is out. Yeah.
So fire up your Evan Ingrams and your.
Are you trying to tell yourself this right now?
Don't you guys both
No.
have buys this week?
Yeah, but
You're
it's
doing
like a
something
thing.
right.
Like
You gotta
trying to
buy.
put up. You got to try to put this pressure on. You know, you got to put a show on for the next opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just think you got to take the Cardinals -2. There's unless I'm missing something COVID wise.
No, you got to take the Cardinals in that one. I mean, you got a relatively full, healthy Cardinals squad against them.
No, yeah, nothing's banged up with Kyler, right? Or what, didn't he have something like last game?
Did
Did he throw a bad pass or something?
Yeah, he was having issues with his shoulder like a couple weeks
Oh.
back, but I think he's back.
Yeah,
So-
he's not on the injury report.
Okay.
I mean, they still have those good receivers. Kenyon Drake's been solid. But
Yeah.
the money's going in on the Giants. It moved from 2.5 to 2. So I don't know. That one really surprised me, and my bookies got it at. They don't have it posted yet, so I wonder if
Because they're like, nah, this is wrong.
Yeah, I wonder if there's something that's affecting this line that Vegas knows that's going to be released in the next couple of days.
Hmm.
But
fair.
as is, I'm taking their Cardinals -2.
Yeah. As is, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Moving to the afternoon games, Colts Raiders.
Mhm.
That's a playoff game.
Yeah.
Over unders at 51.5 with that Colts defense.
Okay.
I like the under there. I just don't. I mean, teams haven't scored on the Colts the last 4 or 5 weeks.
They really haven't.
What was the over under at?
51.5.
I would choose the under on that. I would do it. I just nobody's really been scoring on the Colts, and they've been kind of mediocre at scoring themselves.
Yeah, I mean, the only concern is when they played Green Bay, they let up 31, and when they played Tennessee, they let up 26.
True.
And I mean, in both of those games, they also scored 30 plus. So,
Right.
I mean, there's a chance, but I mean, 51.5 is a lot with that
Yeah,
kind of
Yeah.
defense.
So
And
Derek Carr is going to ruin it for them on that. I think the under.
yeah,
Thinking under.
I'm thinking under 2. Colts are favored by 3,
Mhm.
and I don't like betting against the Raiders this year. I think I've said it. Anytime I've picked them for a game, I've picked them.
Yeah.
They've lost. But they're 7-5. So I mean, definitely
Yeah.
the NFL does have some interest in making them relevant.
Yeah. Yep. They did beat Kansas City once this year. So like, hey, there's a little bit of favorite there.
They did, yep. So I mean that's going to be a good game to watch. It's probably the best game of the week. Looking at the
Yeah.
full docket.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of
Jets,
good ones.
no, Jets Seahawks.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh
this,
yeah.
maybe this is when
I wish
Seattle
that was
turns
next
around.
week. I wish that was next week.
Packers Lions shouldn't be much of a game in the dome. Packers offense should run amok there.
Oh my God,
Weep.
so much. Yep.
If you want bad football and two teams that can't close a game, you got Atlanta and the Chargers.
Oh yeah. Who's favored in that one?
I'll let you guys take a guess and guess what the spread is too.
Probably going to be Chargers.
It's in LA, if that helps.
It's in LA.
Yes.
Chargers -4.
Louis, what are you thinking?
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Chargers are 2.5-point underdogs.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yep. And so this may be news to you, Louis, but I was down in Arkansas this past week because I'm moving down there in a couple weeks. And
Out of
I was
Kansas.
listening to their sports betting radio station, which was great on a Sunday morning. The last 5 weeks, if you bet the underdog, you'd win 63 to 64% of the time.
Damn. Okay.
So just something to think about. I don't think that trend can stay. Like I'm not going to bet the Jets to cover 13 points against the Seahawks.
No.
But
No.
if you would have bet every single game, bet the underdog last week, you would have won money, which is just
Oh my
Yep.
God.
I didn't realize that.
yeah.
Week was
Neither did
so-
I. Thought that was a
so-
good tidbit to bring to the table, but I don't like this game. It's going to be ugly. I think whoever has the ball last probably loses.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think they're down like 3 or 4, and they throw that pick.
They're gonna throw that pick, yeah.
Or they miss the game-tying field goal, or they're down 2 and miss the field goal. It's what these teams do. But that was definitely an interesting a bad game this week.
Yeah.
You get the Saints versus the Eagles with 2 more or less. I mean, Breeze was back last week, right?
No, not yet.
Oh no.
Oh, not yet. I mean, you get Taysom Hill and Jalen Hurts, who played pretty well, I saw in his 1 quarter of work. It's intriguing, but Saints at -7, that's a game I'm not touching.
No.
Not even looking at it. And this may be another one I'm missing too. Washington football team, and I know they just upset the Steelers,
Yep.
are 3.5-point underdogs to the 49ers in San Fran on the short week.
Wow.
And San Fran's starting to get their running back committee back. And
Yeah.
I know Alex Smith is playing good game management, kind of like what he did with the Chiefs.
Yeah. He's actually been doing solid. So I can actually see the upset. I don't know if I believe it though. I don't know if I would. I could see it, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like I could see them potentially winning. Just with that, their front 4, you might have the 2 the best DN combo in football. But it just looks weird.
It
Because
doesn't. Yeah.
basically, if there's a neutral site game, the 49ers would be a half-point favorite, or it'd be a pick-em.
Okay. Yeah. I think you just can't go against San Fran in that game.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't think you can go against them?
I don't think so. At least not with Washington. I just
Yeah.
don't.
Oh, they did lose Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
It's tough to bet on an NFC least team right now.
Yeah.
It's true.
All
those.
right, fair is fair.
Those
Yeah.
weeks. Yeah.
And that moves us to Sunday night, which
Yeah.
is going to be another playoff matchup on the schedule this week. Steelers at the Bills. This one's moved a lot. Bills opened at 2.5-point favorites. It got all the way down to them being 1-point favorites, and it's back up to 2.5.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going to be high scoring.
Yeah, that over-under is at 46.5. So, I mean, that's pretty
I could see the
high
over.
line.
Where's it at?
It's in Buffalo.
Yeah, I could definitely see it.
I think
They play outside there,
play-
though. They don't have a dome, right? They don't have a
Right.
dome.
I thought they did.
Do they not?
No, they don't
I
have
know
a
they
dome.
I
used
thought it
to
was
not
outside.
back in the Scott what's his face name where he missed a field goal to send them to the Super Bowl. Which that's a great 30 for 30 if you've ever seen it.
Which one is it?
I haven't yet.
It's the like the Four Falls of Buffalo or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm looking it up really quick. Yeah, Four Falls of Buffalo. They went
Four
to 4
Falls.
straight AFC Championship games and never got further.
Oh man.
And they literally had it was like a Viking scenario, 23-yard chip shot to move on, and the guy misses. Scott
And
Norwood,
he missed.
he misses it.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I mean, I know the Steelers haven't played much this year. They've played the NFC least. They've played some of these bad cross games.
Yeah.
But if you can get them on the money line and they win, that's plus 125. So basically, you bet 5, you get 6, or you bet 4, you get $5. That's the right math.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I feel like I like them this week. They got James Conner back, and maybe I'm just biased to it, but
I mean,
pick them.
Ben seems to love to throw, so I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah,
it.
that's where Josh Allen's played lights out. He's going to need to play lights out against one of the better defenses in the league.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if he gets there or not.
Yeah, I agree.
And then Monday night, the team that killed me, the Browns, finally getting like a good signature win.
Yeah.
Browns Ravens in Cleveland.
Oh,
And this is almost a must win for Baltimore. Sitting at 7-5.
Yep.
Lamar's back, right? He got activated.
Yep. Lamar's back. Lamar did pretty decent things last week, so yeah, it is a must win for them. And
Yeah. And just looking at the playoffs right now, they are the last team out.
Ooh.
Or the first team out, sorry. So they are them and the Raiders are both at 7-5. They're one game back of the Colts and Dolphins.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, Browns
And
are first wild card at 9-3. So I mean, this is a must-win game for the Ravens.
Yeah, but this is in Cleveland, you said, right?
It's in Cleveland. Cleveland's got to be coming off that emotional high winning last week.
Yeah.
Browns, it's a pick 'em right now. They straight pick 'em, which is always fun. I don't have money lines on this game yet because it hasn't been released with it being Monday night.
Okay.
But my guess is both will be minus 105.
Okay.
And then the betting will be minus 110. So just take the pick 'em if that's the case on who you think's going to win. Over-under's 47. I think these teams may have played this year already, and the Browns got waxed. It was week 1.
Oh, that was when Lamar was actually doing something. I got
Yeah,
you.
38-6. I think the Browns kind of use this as a game to prove.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd only bet this game if I was up, and I wouldn't bet at all.
Okay.
But I'd take the Browns, give Cleveland a little love.
Yeah, I think since it's in Cleveland and they've just been killing it, I would probably put some money in the pick'em line.
I mean, Jackson hasn't really thrown the ball well this year outside of like a game or two.
Right.
Their run offense has completely disappeared. They got I think the Titans rattled them.
Yeah, I think you're right. They got rattled and it's just been rough. Oh my God. I had such high hopes for the Ravens all season. I think we all did.
I can honestly say I did not, because I figured this was year 2. Everyone saw the way the Titans stopped Lamar,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they were going to scheme and game plan against them. And now it's going to be for Lamar and Baltimore to make offseason adjustments to make that step back. Like with these running style quarterbacks that take over the league, I always say years 2 and 3 are the most critical.
Okay.
That's just my thoughts from an armchair GM, armchair coach.
That's fair. Yeah, I think I would put money on Cleveland in this week.
Yeah.
In that game.
But again, I'm not betting it to try and recoup losses. Like if I'm sitting in the hole going into Monday night, I'm not betting that game.
Not touching it.
But if I'm up $50, maybe I throw down a 20 spot on it.
Yeah,
Sure.
why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Sweet deal.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Chet. We did a Survivor League this year. He was one of the last 9 in, and he lost last week on the I got to pull back up last week's schedule. It was a game that no one would have thought they would have lost. He almost picked the Raiders over the Jets, but held off. And the Jets almost came back, so he was pretty nervous. He picked the Seahawks over the Giants and missed.
And missed.
To win, it was like a $2,000 prize, and if he was right, there would have only been 5 guys left heading into this week, and then he had everything mapped out of how he was coming down the stretch.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, Chet, you missed out on that, but you sent me to the Sacco, so you can't be too pissed.
I'd be intrigued to see which one he's more excited about.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you would have beaten him last week, I wonder which one he would have been more upset about.
I'm more upset about, losing the money or going to the Sacco. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been something. We would have seen many faces of Chet that week. But hey, Dale, thanks for joining us. Best of luck if we don't talk to you again anytime soon. Best of luck on the move, man.
Well, thank you, sir. We'll probably be getting together. I think we've dialed in a chili cook-off date finally. It's going to be the Saturday pre-Super Bowl, post-holidays, post all that stuff. Everyone should be around with the Super Bowl being the next day. So thinking Saturday night before the Super Bowl, there won't be much sports on, but we'll figure something out.
All right. Sweet deal.
Yep. And I just want to put out on the record, I never got a game of the week this year.
Yeah. I think we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. It was just your team went so hot that we just expected you to win every game. This
is no games of the week this year. Yeah. And Yahoo had me pegged at 2-11 or whatever it was preseason. They had me finishing last.
Wow.
That's so funny.
Okay. Well, things Yahoo got wrong, yes.
Yeah. Things I got wrong. LiJack tier 4.
LiJack tier 4.
You're gonna have the game of the week next week.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, it will be. There will be.
I'm not superstitious or anything. Knock on wood. Throw salt over the shoulder.
I think it was about the same like logic as like how little Danny also got game of the week because his team was just it just fell apart. It fell apart.
did.
There was
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah, it's a
Yeah, I think
shame.
what it was like, we were looking through, it was like we looked for like the close one or like the game that meant something or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
There's-
I didn't get a chance to watch last week with the travels, but did you guys have both of you, Ranicky and Chet on?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
it was
I'll have to go
hilarious. We had
watch.
a dial up. We had a dial up to well, I'm not going to spoil it. You should watch it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch it later tonight.
It was a good one for sure. But yeah, like your team just dominated all season, dude. There wasn't even and
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think any of us at the time saw Ranicky being the only team beating you this season. So
No, I think that was like I think even Yahoo had me like projected to win by like 20 that week.
yep.
And my team kind of shit the bed, and that was the week Derrick Henry went off for like a 50 spot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I you went
No
off the
one would have won that. No, I don't. I think whoever the Derek owner was, I guarantee you they all won.
Yeah.
yeah. Those weeks where he just went bonkers, yeah. He definitely helped out all the teams that he was on, and yeah. Well, hey, dude, knock on wood or whatever. You
Yeah.
made it 12-1 without a game.
I haven't changed my underwear since that loss to Randy.
Man, that is some serious ball vinegar you got going on.
Yeah,
Well,
Crusties.
Thanks for bringing you and your ball crusties there as well. Yeah.
anytime. If I win, we'll frame them.
There you go.
Oh,
All right, man. Thanks for stopping in.
You guys have a good one.
Thanks,
Good luck
man.
on the
you as well,
pod.
man.
Thanks. You too. Yeah. I think it was just so much domination from Dale's team that we just never had him as a game of the week. I don't know what to say.
Man, I didn't even. Maybe it was because he was coming out for the pick'ems that I didn't even like notice.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough because, like you said, we looked at all the games that were close, all the games that may have meant something in the league, and I mean, almost every week, Dale's projected to win by like 30 points.
Yeah.
It wasn't even not even close. And just looking at the roster he's got, just there was very
Makes
little
sense.
hope for many teams, and
It's-
yeah. So, hey, thanks for stopping in, Dale. We're going to keep moving on. You know, it's a shorter week, so we wanted to bring on a friend, an old friend of the show. The one who probably misses this flag a lot. It's the original Scott,
Is it the original Scott?
who is not actually the original Scott this week. He is just the original Scott in Skype, not the original Skype in Yahoo. Hey, how you doing, Scott?
Yeah, well, that kind of makes
what's
him
up,
the
what's up?
original Scott then. I feel like your Skype name is a lot older than Yahoo.
It my name originates back to when I got an Xbox 360 and I bought an expansion for Oblivion that I needed to be online for, so I needed to create an Xbox Live, and you can only have 12 characters. So one letter had to go. So that's why I'm the original Scott with
You
only
could have been original Scott.
Duh.
Nah.
The original
Nah.
school. The original school.
I was very like grammatically correct, even though I was trashing noobs online, you know.
Absolutely.
Scott can't even spell.
Look at this Scott with one T.
That's so funny.
He sniped
The
me.
OG Scott. Man, dude,
OG,
what a missed
yeah.
opportunity.
I did see that, and I
The OG Scott 96753.
I saw what he was trying to do. Okay attempt. It was all right. One too many T's, but I guess if he wants to try and we'll have to fight over that title. There can only be one, just like the Highlanders.
It'll be one T. Yes, I got you. Okay.
And yeah, well, Scott.
And that
we got
too, yeah.
naming battle rights here.
Sir Scott, welcome aboard. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Congratulations You crushed all quarter pounder expectations
man.
throughout the season.
For a while, I kept telling people the only thing I really want is for you two to believe in me. And even still, Josh, I had you on my side after one of the wins, and I shed a tear a little bit. Where even last week, Louis, you were like, "Well, I guess I didn't win this past week, but still, you never had faith in me all the way until the end. You were still picking the other team.
Me?
Yeah, all the way up until
I
until
picked
the
you
end.
a few times.
A couple times. I went to the.
I
That's
think
it.
so.
I'm washing my hands. I am picking Lyjack rest of season.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh yeah. I forgot that was a thing, and I was like, well, I'm not going to go back on what I said. I forgot that we said we weren't going to abandon.
You were stuck with a mana
Hey,
principle.
and was I right? Was I right?
You were right last week. That's why you're ahead in the
Yeah,
pickers.
yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull it through last week. I needed one more kick out of Tucker.
It was just a strat I was using, you know.
Yeah.
It's a good strat. I didn't realize how close your game was. I mean, to be fair, anybody who's been trying to reach out to me the past couple of days, I went dark because listen, I hit the Sacco on the last week of the season, so I didn't actually take a look at final scores.
Welcome to the Sacco pool.
I was like, oh
Don't
my
worry,
God.
I've got a fresh new segment coming up that I think will make you feel a little bit better. So
We all pee in the pool down here.
yeah.
The Sacco pool, man.
So
There's
nice.
piss in the water.
Well, I mean, we got a little bit of extra time this week, Mr. Lyjack. You are so gracious to join us again with the transaction talks.
Yeah.
You want to carry it away?
Happy to be here as always. I know as we like to start off, one of the things I like to talk about in the beginning is just a look back at how some of our trades have been going on. The very first trade between Josh, you and I, with Julio, who he just picks and chooses whenever he wants to show up.
Yeah, I played that
Since
game.
that trade, he's got 105 points scored for my team. Now, that almost counters the hunt that I had given you, because he's also scored 105 points since you've gotten him. And as I was taking a look, so Brown, 78 points. Shark has gotten 86. So your team has gathered a total of 270 points.
Okay.
I dumped Gallup. I couldn't have too many. I'm dumping Gallup just like the NFL is dumping Cowboys primetime games. They're changing them up. 60 points, though, since that trade. I haven't had them all, but that's all that he's done. But I realized the real star of that trade was Ronald Jones with 126 points total, which is the only reason that I got 291 kind of total points there. So, I mean, with Gallup kind of being a bust, I'm still indifferent about where or who would win this trade, considering you're in the Sacco with those players. And Julio, I guess we'll see what he does these next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll see. He decides to play.
Yeah, right. The next trade that had gone down was for the Tucker and Gano, who has since gone on. He hasn't really been on a team or done much since. Fun fact about Tucker, though, is he is the most traded player in the league. Considering that he was traded a second time for Lutz, which is how he ended up.
No one was traded more than once?
He was traded twice, yeah.
He was the only one.
He was the only player to be traded twice this year. Most
fame
traded
status.
player.
Interesting.
MTP. Most traded player. Most Tucker player.
MTP.
You gotta sing it in an opera style though. I'm not gonna.
MTP.
There it is.
That's the one.
We had another trade that had occurred with Taylor and McLaurin with more bench points, with Moore and Jacobs. Now, as of those points had kind of gone out, Moore and Jacobs have scored more since that trade had gone down, which puts the kind of the winning trade on the more bench points side of it. But fun fact with that is the week that DJ Moore scored the most amount of points, he was sitting on
the bench, right?
the bench points bench, which ironically is also the only week that he has lost. And as I was taking a look at it, even if he would have played everything perfectly, he still would have lost. Sorry, Dale. Dude, that game that week was all in Ranicki's pocket from the get-go.
That's fair.
So don't worry, I'll take him out this week, so you don't have to see him in the playoffs. You'll see me instead. I got you. Then we had another trade here for Robinson, which ended up giving a team their name, Robinson and Company, given over to receivers.com, Montgomery and Claypool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this one, though, I was trying to see who kind of was the winner of it. It was weird that it was kind of a 2-1, so I had to try and look at some random stats. Robinson has scored 116 since the trade. Montgomery and Claypool together had scored more. There's two of them. 72 out of Montgomery, 68 out of Claypool.
Okay.
Felt like it wasn't really fair to just compare points for points since it was 2 against 1 there. So I started to look at a little bit of the records that each of the managers have had since that trade had occurred.
Okay.
Robinson and Company has gone 3-4 since that trade.
Mm-hmm.
And receiversonly.com 5-2.
Hey.
So
okay.
I mean, Robinson,
May
he's
seems
been a
one-sided.
big-time player, but kind of looking at how you kind of manage the guys in the trades in your team, I don't know. They might go over to receiversonly.com since they had a couple more wins under their belt.
I'd say that's about right.
True.
Yeah. Then we had the Tucker Lutz trade, which, let's be honest, Tucker, so that's the winning in that one. We had the final trade of the season with Justin Jackson and another Robinson being traded over to me. I'm me again with Lazard and Ridley. They scored 58 points combined, and Robinson had only gotten 41 points. Later that week, Justin Jackson would end up going out for the season. So I think I'm me again. They got the win in that trade there in the end. They got the last laugh, which, considering how their team was, I don't know why you traded with them, because everyone on I'm me again's team just decided to get injuries.
Injured, yeah.
We're really going to play half the year.
Team.
Yeah, they really didn't want to play. They wanted to sit on the bench and make money. Yes.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna come back. Remind me to come back to that other batch of notes there before we tune out here. But I would like to now take a moment before we go into our next segment here to do a word from our unofficial and unaware sponsors.
Hey!
Squirrels. With a wild year and unknown playoffs, are you worried about these next few weeks? Well, take one worry off your plate by adding squirrels to it. Did you know 70% of squirrels go uneaten every year? Well, scurry on down to get yourself a cheek full of squirrels. Found at your local Christmas tree farm. And this year they are introducing the nutless squirrel for those with allergies. So you can have yourself some squirrel regardless of allergies or not. But yeah, it's another word from our sponsors.
Unaware.
The unaware. Yes.
That squirrel looks pretty alert.
Unofficial and unaware.
He has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Squirrels, had to get them in there, you know?
Yeah,
Gotta pay the bills.
Always good fitting the squirrels. Always good to gotta feed the squirrels, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Get them a nice corn on the cob.
Now, I was taking a look at some of the transaction trends, and I started to come up with a little bit of idea about a new segment, kind of a little bit about the missed connections that a lot of the managers had with players. Either they, picked them up at the wrong time or dropped them at the
wrong time. Right.
bad time right before they might have taken off or anything, which I like to call the segment simply titled "You Suck." Just to remind everyone that even though you're not in the Sackos, you still suck. Some of these decisions cost a couple wins. Some of them really didn't matter, but a lot of them actually got a good handful of managers that had dropped players right before they hit their prime. So to start us off here with a kicker, Young-Ho Koo, number one kicker this year actually, point-wise. He has had some monster games. I'm me again. Had him, dropped him right before he had two of his best kicking weeks. His actually second and third best scoring week. Then more bench points had picked them up, only to drop them, giving I'm me again a chance to pick them up for a second time, a little bit of redemption. So they were able to get Young-Ho Koo for his top scoring week, which was just over 20 points, 21 points, I believe, to be exact. So he kind of bounced around, but it's funny to see that only one of his top 4 weeks he was actually owned by someone or one of the managers.
That was pretty good.
Brandon Ayuk. So I'm me again, had picked him up and dropped him between his top September weeks. Had him, got rid of him, let him score monster points, decided to pick him up again. And then,
nope, he sucks.
and then boom, and he's like, well, maybe I'll get him back. And then dropped him again, only for the other wannabe Scott to pick him up and drop him before his all-time best week of the season. So no one had Brandon Ayuk during his top week. You guys suck. The sad thing is that the other Scott had paid $3 for a player that he was going to get rid of far too soon.
Classic.
Naeem Hines. Just another example as to why the other Scott has just poor management styles for his team. Top 3 scoring weeks, he was unowned, and then he paid $15 for him to just get squat diddly points throughout quite some time before he dropped them. But yeah, Naeem Hines' top 3 scoring weeks were at the beginning of the season, right near the beginning. Waste of 15, Scott.
What a waste.
15.
What a waste.
The fourth one I came across, Tampa Bay's defense. It was dropped by Gaskin for a friend the week before their very best against Green Bay with 19 points. That one I was taking a look at a little bit. It actually didn't matter since he lost anyways in the defense that he had. I think it was Seattle that he had changed out. Even if he would have had that 19, he still would have lost. But it's always tough to get rid of, especially a defense when they score big points like that.
Yeah.
Tough to come by. To come by. Mike Gesicki, Robinson and Company, they dropped him prior to their best week. 27 points. 27 points. Their best week of the season. You could have had him. Yeah. You dropped him days, hours, moments before. Should have stayed away from your computer. Scott Miller. This one is against me.
Yeah,
I dropped him. I dropped him prior to his best.
Was he a Buccaneer?
Yeah. He was Buccaneer. Yeah, he scored I didn't write this one down. I don't know why I didn't, but he was I think he was around 30 points for that week, and I ended up playing Gallup, who ended up scoring 0 points that week. It was a solid 0.0. It was one of those. Where I'm checking, I'm like, is he ineligible? Does he have COVID? What's going on? Why is he not doing anything? Oh no, he's just dropping all of his pass attempts and then sitting down and picking his nose for the rest of the game.
Yeah, there's pictures of him doing that. Yeah.
It's tough. I know. I lost a flag that week.
You gotta believe in the Scotties, Scott.
Oh, this little flag right here that I'm circling with my mouse that no one's seeing.
Yep, that one. I'll do the same thing too. I'll circle it
Yep.
as well.
Shame. Shame.
I had another one. I had back-to-back that I came across. That was tough.
Mhm.
Alan Lazard.
Oh yes.
Had him week 3. I dropped him, and that was his best week of the season.
Well, you were right with everyone else, so.
I was
Yeah.
I did have a couple. I had a couple that I picked up that were
Like
pretty nice.
MVS and then Jarvis Landry was like, what the fuck?
Andrew and
Elijah, we still have no idea how any of this is possible.
Tannen, that tight end for Green Bay. I picked him up the week that
Oh
he
yeah,
won.
Tanyan, yeah.
Pretty excited about that one.
Yeah, and you dropped him, and I picked him up.
I think Aaron Rodgers just throws him touchdowns because he thinks it's funny. Like, this isn't Mercedes Lewis or that other guy, or whoever it was supposed to be.
Right before the game, do you think he looks at the least owned player on the Packers and he just targets them during that week? He's like, oh wow, he's only 37%. Okay, everything.
Yeah.
Here we go, MBS. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one who has you in this lineup is Lyjack. We got you.
Boom. That's all I need. Chase Claypool. So his best week, he was in a trade, as we had talked about earlier, but his best week was number 5 with 39 points. But no one had him. So he peaked early. Maybe he'll be able to do receiversonly.com some justice here for playoffs, be able to top that. But so far, no one has been able to capitalize on his big game of the year. Jared Goff. So this one, there are 2 misconnections on this. You know, quarterbacks, they can have some big games in store, but some of his top scoring ones went unowned. Right before week 5, Gaskin for a friend dropped him for 29 points. 29 points is what he missed out on. He ended up losing. He actually would have done worse. I'm trying to remember who he had for a quarterback that he had for that week.
Worse?
They had more. Yeah, he would have. So, a misconnection, you missed out on those 29 points. Goff's second best, but it's actually that was a good move.
Okay.
But this one here, Robinson and company, they dropped him right before week 11. 36 points is what Goff had put up. Now, if he would have kept him and played him, Robinson and company would have taken away W for that week. That was
could have gotten a bye week
tough.
then.
Dropped him, change a quarterback, lose a game.
Ouch.
You suck.
We
We got another one here. Henry Ruggs, receiversonly.com. They drafted him.
Okay.
And they had him. They sat on him 4 weeks.
No idea that. Okay.
Well, they didn't really do anything. And then all of a sudden they decided to drop Ruggs right before his best week. Which, I mean, it was only 19 points, which isn't that spectacular of a week.
You built that up.
It wouldn't have mattered. He got stomped that week anyways that he had dropped him. Receiversonly.com would have he got obliterated. That was tough. But it's still, that's tough. You draft someone, you believe in them, you sit on them only to let them go and score their best week of the season.
Let him fly. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Yeah. More bench points. They had one as well. New England's defense. They dropped them 2 weeks ago. No one had picked them up though, but 31 points, which is also like the highest scoring defense. New
Didn't
England,
see that coming. Yeah.
They're just going. Somehow they find a way to constantly get to the 30s. Season, left and right. They're just like, we at least got to do it at least once this season. But
nice homage to last season, yeah.
Yeah, homage to it. Which I guess would be another homage to it that Dale didn't have them on his team last season, and he also didn't have them on his team this season either.
What an homage, yes.
Dropped him too soon. Another one here, we got Mike Williams, where the other Scott had dropped him just before his best week ever. But again, that's another one where I want to make note of it, even though it didn't really matter, because you got stomped by Matt's Dirty Landry. That's the team that you lost to that week. Yeah, Scott, you lost to him. Scott lost to Scott. And then the last notable one that I'll mention will be the Jarvis Landry one, where asking for a friend had dropped him, and I scooped him up because Julio decided that he didn't want to play, needed a wide receiver, so I got Landry for his best week of the season, 28 points.
And then you got him for his second best week of the season.
Hopefully, maybe he can top his 28 points. Helping me out here in this playoff time. Taking a look at it, it might have made a difference with our points. There was a 28-ish point difference between O'Connor's and I.
It could have made a difference, but
it would have mattered of who else I would have picked up and where he would have slotted Landry or if he would have been benched or not. But yeah, I do have a couple shout outs. People who actually did pretty well. I couldn't find a decal, and I ran out of time for making a "You Don't Suck" one. But I guess it still kind of plays because the very first one has to do with kicking Buttkers, which, looking at your season.
I mean, you could just leave that decal up there,
Oh, poor man.
Where he had a great pickup. Darius Slayton. He had picked him up, and that night put up 20.9 points.
Wow.
And he ended up winning that week by 3 points against I'm Me Again. Fun fact, that was his last
victory.
Kicking Buttkers, that was it.
That
was it. Which maybe Danny, you should look at doing a couple more moves. Get the least amount of moves in the league. Change up the team. Could help that 1 week.
Could help, man.
So, I'm Me Again. I got you a shout out here. Week 13, you pick up Stafford for their best week ever. 37 points for one of the most intimidating benches that I had seen. So great scoop up for picking up Stafford. Way to know where the points are going to be at. Way to hold them onto your bench, but good hindsight.
Eating up that bench. All right.
So Lou, I got one for you. Where you picked up Tannehill. Good hindsight for that one on his best week, 40 points.
Yeah.
You still got a loss. But that was a good pickup. It's a good pickup. Shout out to you. You know how to scout out a player.
Hey, somehow I'm still in the "You Suck" segment, so.
Well, I mean, that's because this isn't the playoffs section. Sorry. Okay, this one I maybe should take a "You Suck" off because Scott, he picked up Corey Davis. He's gotten 108 points out of him, and he spent $0 on him. Just picked him up, got him in his prime. That's a legitimate shout out there. That's good work on the Corey Davis pickup.
Yeah, good shout out.
And then more bench points. Dale, I got one for you. You picked up Logan Thomas for his best week of the season. 20 points, which out of a tight end,
Wow. Out of Logan Thomas, yeah. That's
out of Logan Thomas, yeah. But good eye for who to pick up right when you need it.
Nice.
I actually don't know if you need it. I think you have enough points. You don't really need it. You can just
fine.
You can calm down now. Starting now.
Just now.
Starting next week. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting of taking a look back at all the people that I know throughout the entire season. If you're like, oh, should I keep this person? Should I drop that person? I want to pick up this guy. And a handful of times where you made the wrong decision, guys. Sorry.
can't tell you how many times that happens where it's like, yeah, I'll pick this guy up. Oh, wait, this guy seems more interesting. Like this past
Yeah.
week, I actually picked up Mike Gesicki, and then I dropped him when you had dropped Tanyan. I was like, oh, yeah, Tanyan's going to score because
Yeah.
So I picked him up. Both scored. Gesicki ended up having like 6-7 more points. And I was just like, oh, darn it.
Yeah, he has done. Yeah, his breakout weeks have been far and few in between.
It
Yeah.
has been, yeah. Definitely been
I
fun.
had him for a time.
Yes, you
I
did.
spent a pretty penny on him. None of it mattered. I mean, I saw like $41 in the bank. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
spent 20 on a defense last week.
Actually, dude, that's what I was kind of looking at with some of my
fun
my
stats
sad things. Is I'm just like, all right, like maybe I'll lose next week, and so like how much money do I need to be saving up for then? And
Mhm.
Yep.
trying to see if I'm trying to make a move.
Yeah. That's
I'm trying
where
to
I
strategy.
thought I was doing the same thing when I was going up against Chet. I was like, I saved all my money. I'm going all in on these pieces. And it did nothing. It did absolutely nothing. I got spanked more than if I would have actually held on to the pieces I had.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm glad we brought Chet up actually because I've had a bone to pick with him all
Oh,
season. Going
okay.
back to the fact that I picked a THE before the original Scott instead of a duh. A Chet. I before E except after C.
yes.
I before E.
What is this in reference to?
His name. His
Name.
receiversonly.com.
Oh.
Ah,
I don't know that I ever
To
noticed
be
this.
fair, I didn't notice it until I was deep diving and staring at everyone's
Oh.
And you're like, this doesn't
I
seem
see
right.
it now. Now it's obvious.
Now it's
Now
obvious.
it's so obvious.
And now, yeah. Which I mean, commit at this point, but just know that we know
Well, I guess we had no idea for the entirety of the
It's one of those
season.
things where like the letters
He
can be out of
still does.
order, but you still read it the same as if you would if they were in the right order, you know? It's one of
Maybe
those
it's
things.
copyright issues.
Huh?
I don't know.
Ah,
I don't know if there's actually a real website out there. I didn't attempt it.
He may have-
You guys can in your spare time to see
gotcha.
what that'll pop up.
Yeah, late at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be.
Ready
That-
to receive.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You
Well,
fooled all of us.
you got us good, man. You got us good. Scott,
You
thank
did.
you for
Yeah.
laying out some. Yeah.
Yeah, I got just one more little thing here because I was going to talk a little bit about the moves. With Josh, you had the most moves.
I did.
Which
Wow.
I was actually, I feel like it's just because of how weird of a year this has all been. But I felt like we're a lot more moves than in seasons past.
Yes.
There were 6 of us that were in the 30 plus mark for moves for our team.
Mhm.
Kickenbuckers, Danny, he had the least at 16. But everyone else was way up there. Louis, you had 19, so you were the only one in the teens. But yeah, this was an ever-changing season or ever-changing team for this season.
Yeah.
It was a crazy amount of injuries, crazy amount of COVID cases. It just
Yeah.
kind of threw everybody for a loop. That's for sure.
Yeah, crazy amounts of unknowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, 92 point. Josh, you also have the least amount of fab dollars left. So hopefully you can use your final $24 into helping you stay out of the cage.
You know, the one thing I got to walk away from this season alone, is that I invested in a very great looking flag, and it just will remain right up here, no matter how bad my season has been.
That's true.
Is it inconvenient to get into that closet now, though? Or you just, or is that just it's
I don't even care what's in the closet anymore. I just don't.
Good thing I have
That's
backup.
forever remain.
Good thing I have back. Can't wait till we can face each other again.
Yes.
One other thing that I came across that I thought was interesting was the draft grades. there was going on where so Gaskin for a friend had a C minus for that draft, which way to turn the team around from last year being in a cage, getting what Yahoo thought was not a good draft, one of the worst, and then now here you are sitting with a bye week for playoffs, which great job.
Yeah.
That's not to say Yahoo's always wrong, because I'm me again. Got to see draft, and I mean they're down there. I won't see you again for the rest of this season, but have fun with the rest of
For the
those
rest of this season.
season.
Yeah, because the C.
Season. That's great. And then the other one too, which I don't know if it's a bunch of false hope and everything, but Kickin' Buttkers, they had the best score out of everyone. They got A minus. A minus. They were the only ones with the A.
Yeah,
Sure, it's a
Yahoo
minus, but
just like gives you this
Yeah.
false sense of confidence sometimes.
in the squirrel business, we call that getting Yahooed. That's what happens when
Getting
you leave Yahoo
Yahooed.
in their drafting. They're drafting
Yeah, I
at
love
A minus.
I love how that was ready.
Don't don't believe that.
I feel like you found this picture online. Like
How many pictures of squirrels fucking did you have to go through until you settled on that one?
For all your squirrel fucking searches, DuckDuckGo is the way to go. That way Google won't start giving
Yeah,
you.
no cookies over here.
It's like trying to think there's some comedian talking about how on Amazon he ordered a toilet seat cover once, and now suddenly Amazon thinks that he's a collector, and he just keeps giving him suggestions of toilets for the amount of you searching for
This
the best.
guy really likes
guy
cookies.
really likes his toilets.
Let's just suggest all of them. Ever.
Yeah, before I knew about that, sidebar, we were shopping for a lamp for our house. This was years ago. And then I saw it as like an ad on one of the games I was playing. I was like, no fucking shit. Well, maybe this is a sign. And I was like, wait. Why am I getting lamp ads now? And then I went to my app and I was like, oh.
I'm enlightened, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, what a bright idea. Yes. Good
Louis,
stuff.
I hope this helps you justify where you're at, because even though you weren't rooting for me at all, and at one point I did ask my mom to call you and say to stop picking on me.
Oh my gosh. See, this is so funny because I always felt like Josh was the one dogging on you so hard, and I was always like, well.
I was, though. To be
keep
fair,
winning.
I was.
You were
And you're
100%.
just like saying, no, this guy's not supporting me.
You had a change of heart. I won you over. I couldn't win Louis over. And
Man,
maybe-
I'm sorry. I laughed along. I wasn't more vocal about.
No, it's all right. I was laughing along for the ride too. I think the amount of times my neighbors have heard me yell out, "Damn it!" when you guys pick someone else. You're like, this is a great team, but I'm gonna go for the other one. But Louis, this season you had averaged the largest margin of defeat. So I know you had talked about it, where you kept saying like, you just get stomped. Let the record show. On average, you were beat by 42.5 points. Like you had a brutal season. So I want to at least give that to you.
It was like, okay, I get to play the top scorer again. I get to play the top scorer again. If I wanted to win, I would have had to have been the top scorer for a stretch.
Which is tough. Hate to see you there.
And
And on a note for everyone else who's kind of continuing on through this playoff time, Dale, you had the easiest schedule of the season. Your opponent's averaging only 104. Now, I know right now you're probably saying to yourself, well, it didn't matter because I averaged like 160 points. But still, easiest season.
But still.
Still.
Damn it. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, he's the only one with points against still in the 1300s.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what's mine in the 2000s?
Although, do you remember, Josh? Was it
50.
last season or 2 seasons ago where you were hovering around second place, and the final week of the season you were facing Danny, and Danny had the most amount of points that he had scored, and you had the least amount of points, but you just had an easy schedule, so you were in second place. And if you would have beat Danny, you would have been in first place with the least amount of points scored in the
Entire
the
season. Yeah.
Right?
Me compared to Dale, people scored against me for 400 more points than him.
I think I
I have 400 more points scored against me than Dale does against him.
That's at least 3 weeks right there.
almost down to the decimal point too. Actually, it's pretty crazy. I think I looked it up. I saved a photo from like 3 years back because I took a screenshot of it, and same exact thing. Eric and I had the exact same points for, and we were differed in points against by like 4. Like we had almost identical points for and against on the season, but he was 7-2 or something, and I was like 3-6, and I was like, what is happening?
It's all on that schedule. It's all
on the schedule. It's just how
it's all unknown anyway.
It was like how things changed up a little bit this year to see different people multiple times. That way it wasn't a very consistent. I like that.
Yeah, it was nice to switch up the schedule, playing different teams multiple times in the season. It was good.
Yeah.
Well, Lijek.
Yeah.
My friend.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, actually, thank you for being here. If you don't mind.
Thank you to the squirrels.
Give our best to the squirrels. But if you don't mind, stick it around just a wee bit longer.
Oh, I've talked so much crap. All right, let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Because kind of like last week, we only have 2 games that really matter because they're the only 2 games that are playing. So what we're gonna do here is try to make a phone call to everybody, try to get them on.
Get the whole. I did like last week's format. That was pretty hilarious. The ramblings of collusion.
Oh man, I should have taken the collusion.
That was great. That was great.
I should have colluded.
I thought Danny was going to be like, absolutely not, I will veto or something, and it never. And then I never did it because we were gentlemen.
Oh gosh! And gentlemen, how are you doing?
What's up?
We got 2 of the original Scots here.
Hey. Which one is the original though? I actually was thinking about this. Neither one of you 2 are.
What do you mean neither one of us?
Between the 2 of them,
we're
who's
more
older?
Than you are.
Hold on. There's 2 criteria that I'm going to use. Who is older?
These are the best criteria.
I think.
All right, Raniki's got a hand up.
Okay, so point 1 for Scott. Who had the original Scott as their call sign first? So it's
a split, 50-50. It's a tie.
Literally, his Skype call is the original Scott.
Everything that I have is the original Scott. I think my MySpace email is the original Scott.
I'm actually pretty certain of that. I remember that back in the day.
Oh man.
So
it's too close to call. I can't call it. I can't call it.
Copyright would probably say
I guess
Elijah.
this week will tell. This week will tell.
Is it a battle?
That's good again, I see.
Did you guys? Oh, the hat. The
rally hat's back.
Oh, there it is.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
It annoys me greatly. Because of how effective it is.
It was.
Both the Scots playing this week.
Yeah. It was
each other. Oh, you guys are lined up perfectly on my screen. You guys are right on top and underneath one. Slow down, guys.
Slow down, guys. Stop shifting. That was a good win there, Chet. Guys, congratulations on making the playoffs.
Thank you.
Just did it.
In a pandemic.
In a pandemic. You didn't have to go
Makes
too
it
far.
that much better.
That much better. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this in front of you guys since we actually made the bet.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You went too big, you pussy.
Josh, you're gonna find it hard to make it through the survival.
I know. So Louis, you're gonna ask the questions here.
Oh man, I didn't prepare any questions. Jesus Christ. All right, starting it off. 4 men, maybe 3.5.
Yeah.
Scott, you had the longest road to get there, or rather the hardest road to get there, making it in just last week. What was going through your head last week? I mean, you knew right away that you beat me. Did you know then that you would be making it in?
You know, it's been a long road. I'm happy to be here. Josh, I'm sorry for knocking you out of the playoffs.
This face is purely for the pepper.
But, you know, once I saw Josh's score was going to max out below 100, I felt pretty safe.
All right, next question over to Robbie. You had a hot start to the season.
Yes.
And your team has, I mean, you found points in recent, but it seems like finding consistent points each week maybe has been a bit of a worrisome for you. Is there any concern for that going into this matchup? Or, I mean, I feel like you and Chet always have a game of the week, so I mean, it's just you guys are always back here.
If this is really game of the week, I mean, my record stands for itself. This year.
Are you perfect on your game for the game of the weeks?
I think I'm 3-0, maybe 4.
Oof.
I think most of my wins have been that.
I feel like
Has Chet ever been wearing this hat though? Has he ever been wearing that hat?
I mean, he might have been while he was watching it. I'm not sure.
No, I wasn't. I brought it out last week, and
I'm gonna go with no. No, I actually feel surprisingly confident in my team this week.
Robinson.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, that's you guys.
Yeah, we got Robinson and then Monty and Claypool. Yeah, we had our trade, which I actually think now kind of benefited us both. When I look at it, but I'm actually not upset with my matchups and my team going in. Last week I had some really bad matchups and it didn't matter, so that was fine by me. So no, I don't think.
Josh, are you okay?
Nope.
This isn't about Josh. Don't make this about Josh.
In my corner, so it doesn't matter.
Don't make this about Josh.
What's your take on that trade?
I think I would have rather kept Robinson.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I mean, I also think I won that trade like hands down. But if Claypool and Monty aren't putting up points, so.
If you don't, you guys are gonna have to watch the episode because we actually have talked about it a little bit earlier before calling you guys. So.
Is this guy with the backwards hat over here talking crap again?
Yeah. My head's not on backwards.
Trashed me right away.
Right away.
Louis, we can see the tag. Louis, okay.
No, I mean, honestly, going in the next 2 weeks, if I'm lucky enough to get past this week.
You're already thinking you're not even discounting this week, huh?
Oh, I never said your point.
Discount double checking.
Oh.
Hey. Shit. No, I haven't had a blow up week in a while, so I'm due.
See, I thought that every single week. It's like I'm due.
Do you ever feel like one of those like used car sales inflatable tube flailing arm ends where like you feel like you're about to peak, but then you just deflate and your team just it's like it's all
nope,
and then just goes.
No, I mean I've done what I needed to get in. I would have got in earlier if it wasn't for 20 seconds left in a Chiefs game, but
yeah.
So annoying.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And then
I think your problem was you trusted Russell Wilson, and you shouldn't have.
In Rusty, we trusty. In Rusty, we trusty.
Fair enough.
That old Bear saying, or Cub saying. My last question goes to Lyjack.
Chill.
You've relied on a ragtag team outside of Kelsey and Mahomes the entire year. Do you feel like you've put the pieces together with Jarvis Landry and the rest of your squad that you've sort of assembled?
Gosh.
I feel like the big thing that my team carries is morale. We had a lot that
Cojones.
that we were driving for.
They
this
get together
season.
every week.
And that was just
Like Call of Duty.
admiration, and just
Well, he
trying
dropped
to
Tyrod pretty quick,
just trying to get approval, and that's why I picked some of the most ragtagest players. Looking for the guys that just really want to make a name for themselves, be known in the league, and really just kind of just
those
get up there
superstars, X Factors.
be a force.
Yes, MVS.
Was it Valdez Scanling that put up like 30 points the 1 week he had?
Yeah.
Yeah, then another like
I will not try to pronounce his name.
Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Yeah, not too hard, but it's okay.
I did it without even knowing it fully.
They're on initial only basis there. That's what it is.
Yeah.
They call him LJ. Lyjack.
Oh, it's like they call who's LJ? For Lyjack, his last name abbreviated.
They call him Lyjack.
Good save. Good save.
They call him LJ. They call me Tater Salad.
My son.
Tater Tot.
Oh God, those were some really good questions there, Louis.
Yeah, those were just up on the spot. I did not write them down at all.
I appreciate it. That was good making it up on the spot there.
I swear I didn't write them down at all.
Yeah, we have no
That was
notes.
actually a work paper.
CMC coming back. Chet, are you excited or are you nervous?
Cash money, chat.
I don't think he's gonna come back. I think this is the whole thing. I saw the report today. What it said, like, oh, he tweaked his quad or something like that.
Oh.
I think they're just toying with my emotions. So
Just got him in there for the intimidation factor.
yeah, just let him have his few moments of glory.
Just
But
moments
overall,
of 20 projected points.
yeah, exactly, more than my quarterback.
That's about right.
All right, so my predictions are I'm picking Scott to win and then one of the Allen owners to win as well.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
That one too.
Solid.
Very direct. Very direct.
picking one of yous. Picking Scott and then the Allen owner. Close case.
Got any Allen owner? I think
That's a solid call.
it's a solid call.
Can't-
You're not
go
gonna be
wrong.
wrong. That's the thing. You're definitely not gonna be wrong.
I'm up 3 in the pick'em, so I gotta stay safe.
Damn, Josh, what happened?
Well, I
Oh, last week happened.
last week happened. I got really ballsy.
We differed on 3. He got 2 right. I got the rest. I got them all right.
I didn't have an unofficial sponsor, kind of like Lyjack brought on with us this week.
Uh,
Yeah,
That
it was
was
my fault. I should have gotten
because-
sponsored. I should have gotten ready. People behind me. I had nobody rallying behind me.
You got that Kansas City flag rallying behind you.
That is true. Look
It's a
at
curse.
this flag.
Damn.
the curse.
That is
Yeah, I
what
say curse.
Josh, do you
Yeah.
feel like you've become a bigger Kansas City fan since you've
Please say
begun, like since you've owned a flag?
I mean, since I've owned a Chief on my team, Travis Kelce, yeah, I was totally a Chiefs fan. But now Bears be damned. Mainly because we're already out of the playoffs. There's no way. So
A sinking ship.
sinking ship. So we'll just jump ahead and
Yeah.
wait for the quarterback.
we could air our grievances for an hour on here. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Whole nother
we could. Maybe in a couple weeks we'll air our grievances for the episode. I think that's
I
what
like
we'll have. Yeah, we'll have.
Yeah,
everybody-
isn't oh man, don't hate me, guys. The Seinfeld holiday.
Festivus.
Festivus?
Festivus, thank you. Festivus is coming up.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
Next week, I think.
Well, maybe
Might
we
win
should
some Festivus miracles.
some Festivus miracles. That'll be it. That'll be
I
it.
can't
So-
wait for one of these matchups to end in a tie, and it's going to be settled with a feat of strength.
Yeah.
We're going to have to meet in an undisclosed location and wrestle.
Ooh, yeah. Forget about points scored. Yes.
Yeah. Russell,
Trial by
take-
combat. Trial by combat.
You guys gotta have your masks. Make sure you bring your masks, okay?
Yes.
Alright.
And you have to socially distance, so bring long-reaching weapons like lances and
Yeah,
really long swords.
Just
Take
jousting.
that.
Throwing ninja stars. A
Oh,
whip.
man.
Whoosh.
Honestly, Scott, you want to bench all of our players and go 0-0? We can collude just so we can
We're doing this again? Come on.
so we can land.
Oh my god.
Just so,
Josh, don't
or
you wish you would've
joust,
taken
so we
that
can
one, huh?
joust.
Dude,
That was
Chet,
funny.
I wish with every second that passes since Sunday that I would have taken that deal.
Strategy would have
Hey, man.
strategy would have worked.
It would have worked.
Oh,
People would have
that's-
hated us for the next 10 years, but I don't care. I should have done it.
Totally.
Hey, no matter what
Totally
happens
worth
this
it.
week, one of the Scots will not be in the playoffs. So
Ah, okay.
That's bold. That's bold, man. That's almost
That is a
too
bold statement.
it's bold as
take.
your statement.
Moving forward, we will only have 2 Scots after this week. I like it. Okay.
That's fair.
Basically, Scots versus the field.
Scots versus the
We're
field.
all out.
I like our odds. I like our odds.
Especially if you bet your teams.
As long as one of us prevails, it's a Scott victory.
It is. That is.
Uh,
Scots United.
One of you will get
so.
away scot-free.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Well, I'm going receiversonly.com for the victory.
Okay, so that's your first pick.
That's my first pick, and this is different. This is difficult because I've always, Elijah, you won me over, and I've been picking your team.
Oh, you're
Sucks.
not.
Don't
gonna
you
do
dare.
it.
No.
Don't say it.
Don't turn on your word.
Don't say it.
Wow, I'm just now looking at the matchups because I'm a bad host, but I'm gonna go with Elijah again. Blackjack.
Go with the gut.
I think the matchups might favor you pretty nicely. Jesus, I don't like your team. It's so. I don't like your team. Every time I look at them, they make me mad that you're in third place.
I'm here.
Is this what everybody felt about my team last year when I got a bye week?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. I understand completely.
Sorry, I mis-exclaimed.
You misexclaimed?
I'm really excited for nothing.
Yeah,
Hey, LJ.
Oh man. Oh, you still got Mike Davis. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give Chet the win here, and I'm gonna differ with you on the Scott game.
Ooh.
Okay.
Saucy.
Scott winning.
You're going with the non-original, the original Scott.
But wait, the original Scott is not the original Scott.
So
Yeah, wait. Josh, who did you pick? You picked Lyjack, correct?
LJ,
Yes, I-
say it right.
LJ.
Yeah,
He
I
picked
picked
LJ.
Bullshit.
That sounds like the lame white boyfriend on a sitcom show. Like we always have to hear his sad story. God.
Oh,
LJ.
He was hanging out with the squirrels again. Oh, LJ.
Yeah, so I'm picking Scott and Chet. They're both on the bottom of my screen. They're down here. I'm picking these two guys.
You're picking Ranicky and Chet.
Yes, I don't know how to be more clear.
Okay. But you said Scott. We have two Scots.
Okay.
So I need you to calm down.
I'm pretty sure he meant Scott Dale. He meant Scott
Yes.
Dale. I'm 95% sure.
Scott's going to take on this
Meant
bye week.
Dale.
He's going to win.
Well, he's gonna win this week.
Yeah.
He's playing bye.
Ooh. It's another one against you, Josh. Better.
He'll be in the second.
Damn it. Why did I choose the bye week? Man.
But Robbie, you got hope, man.
Oh, I know. My
God.
record speaks.
At least you're there, okay? I mean, you got some great matchups: Robinson, Taylor, Jax.
I feel like our host should be in the playoffs. Should we switch hosts, Chet, next week?
Oh,
Are you guys taking over?
I think so.
But how are you both gonna make it next week?
tie.
Yeah, wait.
Tie.
We're going back to this.
They gotta play a postseason consolation prize.
No, we're gonna tie like men and play all our players.
Next
Yeah.
week's episode is just gonna be a 45-minute joust event versus Kaiser and Chet. I'm in. I like that.
I'll be one of the horse. It'll be I'll put one of you on my shoulders and I'll run. As long as I don't get jousted. The jousts have to only be directed towards each other.
That's fair. Horses are not fair game.
Yeah,
Like throw the belt.
only at
What about
each
like
other.
blades?
Wait.
That's how it's gonna go. This is how next week's video is gonna look. With just a small
Yeah.
preview. Spoiler.
If there's one positive outlook about this, I think we could all be happy that Danny's finally in the Sacco tournament.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
That is beautiful.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness.
Goldfish.
Goldfish.
Can we all agree that we're rooting for him to be in the cage?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Either
Yeah.
gonna be him or John.
Yeah, I love
That's
how
what we all need, right?
I feel like
Smaller.
the pressure at this point is all on Danny,
The pressure
and
is
I have a cat kennel we can use.
that's sort of a narrative that I'm like,
I'm in
oh,
there.
this has to be correct, right? I mean, the guy wins it for 4 years. There's no way he's getting away, right?
I don't know.
It's up to you
Yeah.
two to
Right?
make sure that he
That's
doesn't.
really yeah.
It's up to you guys to make sure that he doesn't.
I think it's going to be up to Josh first.
It is up to me first.
You're gonna have to put up more than 70 points.
Hey,
I
brother,
don't know if he's gonna have to.
I don't know if that'll happen.
I convinced Danny to play Frank Gore last week. And he got hurt, and he immediately texted me, "Well, that's how this year's been going."
Wait, you like legitimately convinced him to play?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was
You
gonna
should
work.
have been a personal advice giver for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
It worked.
Hey, it would have
Says-
worked. You see, Ty
Well, or
Johnson
that says where Danny's
together.
at in his life. Like he's reaching out for advice for once or something. Or
Oh, he
Yeah.
was making sure he played someone that instead of Kenny Galladay.
He's spiraling out of control.
Spiraling. He's spiraling.
All happened because of Dak.
He's made twice as many moves this year as he did last year. Yeah, Danny's crumbling. Oh my god.
Just credit
Flynn and
foundation.
Matt.
man, the tilt factor is a real thing.
I'm excited for who he's gonna drop his 92 fab dollars on to pick up. This week. It's just
Oh man, please let him go to the Sacco guys, right? I mean,
He's
he's
just
got
gonna pick a whole new team for the last week with 92 fab dollars.
Wow. Yeah. I'm nervous, guys. I apologize. I may not be able to send him to the Sacco.
yeah.
That's just how it's gonna go.
Josh had predicted earlier that it's going to be me and him, and I don't think that's
Far off.
outlandish.
Yeah.
No, once Josh loses, he just thinks his team sucks. That's all.
That too.
He'll
But
be
they also suck. So,
But Danny,
but they.
Mm.
I don't
Josh,
know.
you do know that we all colluded together to put you in this position so you could beat Danny and send him there.
Oh,
This was
Danny
this
was gonna
a
do it,
team
Josh
effort
didn't do it.
because we knew that you could take him down the first
Man,
week.
that's sus as hell, man.
We put you down
that sucks as hell, man.
there.
God. Don't bring that
The
game into
worst.
this.
You guys want to play after?
I'm still scarred from that crap.
Play a little Among Us? Come on.
No, can't be the imposter 8 times in a row again.
Well, just don't be red. I think it's because
Oh,
we're
that's
red.
Yeah,
Best
sorry.
one.
That's the best.
Are you kidding me?
I started getting killed before the game even started.
They're like, all right, hold on.
Or start
Let's
getting
vote him
killed.
out. Just in case.
Whoever read it.
It was the Ranicky brothers that really took me down.
That's also
but you knew we were right.
Yeah, okay, after 8 times, I would hope so.
so true. It's
Yeah,
also
can you get mad at that? At that point, I'd be like, okay, guys, you can just vote me out again.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was so hard not to sigh when I looked at my phone, but
It took everything.
All right, gentlemen.
Guys, yeah.
Any last words at all? Any final thoughts?
This could be your final week, so any last thoughts?
You might not be on it again at all.
yourself.
I'm just happy to be here.
Sure, so I don't get fined.
Yeah. Serious, I don't get fined.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe we should decide on what animal Danny's wearing next year. Right now,
I say squirrels.
Like a red fox.
There might be a small bias here for
I
squirrels.
mean, he has to
I
grow.
say squirrels.
Mandatory has to grow out a mullet.
I say squirrels.
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 It's sponsored by squirrels. This whole
I
entire
definitely have to
season.
watch the rest of this.
That way, think about it. If you guys remember Pat's Pizza that used to be in Gray's Lake, where you get like the little bowls of peanuts, and you could like crack open the shells, and instead of throwing them
Pat's
at the
Pizza.
floor,
Yeah, okay.
we
like
could just
those
throw them
both.
at the Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It could be. That'll be fun. That's what I'm in for.
That's the one. Okay.
This season, this year is nuts. We just gotta keep it next year.
There it is.
Okay,
That's
so
why
you
this
guys were
one-
here for the punchline. Okay.
Yeah, we got it now. Jeez.
Shit. Well, best of luck this week, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations once again.
Hats off to you guys.
Go Sports.
Oh, always.
You taught me so well.
Oh man, that pepper's fucking with my stomach right now.
Bye, all.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Lijak. Bye, LJ. Bye, LJ.
Bye, LJ. Hope you find your dad.
Bye, your dad.
Frozen in
Alright.
time.
That will do it. I think Robbie might actually,
Diana.
but his face is still here.
Cheesin'.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Well,
All right, Robbie, take it out. Take it out for us. Give us the outro.
Give it the outro here is, guys, it's week 14. We have 2 matchups this week. Everybody else knows their fate. We'll go with it. This is fantasy football.
I swear he's like honestly still just holding that face.
I know. He might just be frozen in real life, just looking at us like this.
Oh, man.
Just really enjoying that one moment that we
We
had.
freeze heal.
Guys, best of luck. Lou, I'll see you here again next
Yeah, man,
week.
it's playoffs time. You know, it's like it's a whole new thing. I mean, we're here.
We're here.
It's do or die. You know, this is the tournament. This is the tournament, and
These are the tournaments, that we look forward to. And this is why we play fantasy football, just to get to this point right here. We are unfortunate to be on the other end of the tournament, but you know what?
Hey, ours, you know, well, it's
We'll just
more meaning. So, you know, it's like an honor
yeah.
in a sense. I'm trying to spin it, you know? Okay.
I'm trying to spin it too. It's not. It hurts.
It doesn't work. It sucks. It sucks.
The pride, it hurts. That's just all it is. That's just work.
All right. Let's keep this one under 2 hours and
I agree. This was a lot of fun. Guys, we'll talk to you again next week. We'll get back to the matchups.
yeah, best of luck to the Scots and Allen owners and
And, I mean, as always,
go sports.